Bring your chair whenever you're ready. Recording's here. Actual lighting! Haha! Lesson learned. Mostly. It's not going to help because we're moving out of this house soon-ish. So let's, since we did this away from the computer, I'm actually going to recap the lines we've looked at. So we're testing...
I need a pound of weed.
No. We're testing Xiang versus Medieval, right?
This is Battalion Games. Today, we are not sponsored by What a Burger. What a Burger. It's actually decent.
Oh, is that their new slogan? So apparently here, you can play this bullshit, which just looks bad because of this queen move.
Today, we're also not sponsored by Angry Orchard.
But for the record,
Angry
the
Orchard,
alcohol,
I like to drink.
The alcohol should actually help him think more. It's weird.
Today on Science Battalion, we're not sponsored by Stella Rosa.
Jesus fucking Christ, will you let me talk about the board state?
Stella Rosa. It's party wine.
So this is what a normal opening looks like, right? The elephant move and then like the horse blocks to prevent the cannon. The cannons are now protecting each other because the elephant's there. You know, it's just, you play on from here. It's kind of hard to kill things. The queen can escape if it gets targeted by this cannon. Eventually stuff gets dropped back there. He did opt to leave everything in hand for flexibility's sake. I personally prefer to try to drop them early and gain tempo if I have a hard enough prediction of the opening. But apparently you could just fucking do this because this isn't punishing. Even though it looks like 3 pieces are hanging, shit goes real south real quick. So the cannon just goes here, right? It's now protected by the elephants. It's fine. That's hanging, and that one appears to fork both rooks. And I'm just like, you know what, I'm going to punish this fucker, right? And the queen comes in. Another cannon gets dropped here. Now there's just a double stack of cannons on the same file as my queen and king. Thank fuck that the cannons aren't done loading yet. They still have one more turn, so this is not check yet. So I'm able to go capture that rook. And this guy comes here. And oh fuck, all the loadings are done. And what do you know? It's a shitstorm. And the flying king rule is also going to matter here soon. So, sidestep, this comes here, threatening
Check.
the rook. Yep, with check, double check.
There was a line in which I just used the flying king rule to kill his queen, but
Yeah, let's show some of the traps here. This was the line where we were testing what would happen if the queen went this side, and it matters because after the, well, first of all, this is just mate. So if you do bishop here, it's just checkmate because the bishop can't block.
Actually, it's not mate because the knight can move. We did explore that line.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
We did explore that line, though.
Yeah, but we explored it when the queen was on the other side. And then here, if you, instead of moving this pawn out of the way, move the bishop here, it's just cannon takes, knight takes, cannon takes with check, knight here, and this is just a dead queen, apparently. So we're testing this line.
That's why you don't give me shit that jumps across the board.
Yeah. So let's show some of the other bullshit that happens if you don't make this move. If you try this... Wait.
No, that's what I was...
Oh, right. We were looking at the other line. So instead of this move, try this. The king sidesteps. The cannon goes back. The pawn pushes, and it's kind of fine. So that was good for me. We also tried the knight move to target, but that just loses the queen again. We also tried the cannon going, or the cannon going here, but the knight just blocks, and it's fine. Similar things would have happened here because it doesn't come with the check. So anyway, we're on this line with the bishop blocks. Cannon takes rook. And it looks kind of even. The knight comes out, the bishop dies, the knight comes up, the cannon comes down. This cannon finally dies. This cannon jumps over here, taking out a pawn. The king moves over. The cannon moves over. They're locked together. Quick backtracking. You also could have done this way, which is bad, because rather than having to go through all the nonsense, and this guy dying due to the rook or something, you literally just take it in a desperado, and you're still in a wonderful position. And then we also tried with the cannon takes here. instead of taking the knight. But we didn't like that as much. But that's why the knight ended up on this side, trying to avoid that. Again, this is a first glance at this apparently incredibly technical
Keep in
thing.
mind, anything that's not on the main line, most of what was not on the main line, we just stumbled into as we played normally, and then whenever we came across white not playing nice edge correctly, we went back and made the better move.
Yeah, and sometimes black just fucked up too. Yeah, that was check with the rook. Woohoo! I mean, shoot, this was check with the king. The elephant comes here. The queen actually gets the horse here. This comes up. I'm not sure if white is getting too much compensation right now, more than it should have. There's probably a safe way to play this. Like, I'm not even sure if this horse drop was the right move.
Probably.
Why'd you drop the cannon back? Do you remember?
You're a Titan.
Oh, right, because you were thinking about lines where the cannons are no longer protecting each other. And you wanted this. Got it. I'd pop the knight in between. The cannon sidesteps with check. Over rook drop. I do believe we explored this, where it just tries to check again, but I get a check back. And then the elephant comes back, and the knight is just able to escape scot-free, which, you know, isn't amazing. Like, this attack is kind of devastating looking. We played this out for a little bit, but this is a problem.
A bit. Cannon can move there.
What, cannon here?
Also, the rook lift right now.
Even if you do cannon here, the queen takes right now, and it's just checkmate.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think we did also try the knight capturing this cannon, but then the rook comes up and kills it, and it's protected. We did also try it this way, and then not realizing that this was hanging. But this looked terrifying for a while. It looked like white was just winning, but they were, because you forgot to kill with that. But did you just shove something in my pocket?
No. Those are your keys.
Oh, and you just moved wrong. Anyways.
You moved wrong.
Back to main line. Last move was, yeah, taking the knight here, and then the queen moves up. The rook is now protecting this. King down, rook over, rook up, cannon over, rook takes. Elephant here. I'm trying to remember what. Oh, because you're trying to make this work. I push this pawn to give me space to not die. This moves, and it moved up here so that you could protect both of these squares without this guy dying, since he can't backtrack onto the ramparts. Yeah. Queen takes pawn. This aggressive push, which I'm not sure about. Queen here, check. The cannon ends up there. Rook takes. Rook here. And I think that's where we left off. Because yeah, my only legal move is this. And I think we're in a bad spot for you.
We are indeed.
Because, like, I'm pretty sure I can just back off. That's not even threatened, by the way. They only go backwards on the battlefield. They don't move side to side. Let's just do a material check.
I can throw my rook down.
Let's just do a material checkup.
Put you in a check, but that doesn't really accomplish much now, does it?
The material is almost identical.
Yeah, but white is in a much better position.
Yeah, because it has better attacking potential?
A simple check right here is very close to mate.
There is this, I suppose. I think that just blunders mate, though.
It puts you into check.
It does, and then the king ends up here. Now what? even just king back is pretty dangerous. Because that's check. Oh, no, I gave white 2 moves in a row like an idiot. What does black do here? Maybe you could have done this. With the idea being that you could block this way and bring them together. But no, that just leads into this. And because that's check, it's very bad. I mean, you end up here, but... that's mate.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't work.
I mean,
If this was protected, it's a fork, but it's not.
I could put the horse there.
Horse here?
So when you move, I'm going to lose the lion. But, oh yeah, that just dies. Oh, fuck.
I think you would want to do it this way. Check. Only move is what, this, and then it's just mate?
No, it's not me. You'd have to kill the horse first.
Oh, I see. So you can block with the horse or the rook? I think you block with the horse. And if you take, it's mate. Because this guy's too far forward to defend anymore. Yeah, I think this move earlier was just wrong.
It was.
And now we're into the balance test.
In fact, I think this here might have been bad. This right there would have been much better. This rook instead of there right here.
This here?
That way it can be defended by the lion.
I see. How'd the other line go? Just the rook lift? Okay. Oh boy. That does blunder the elephant check.
Hmm.
So it would be what rook takes. Check. And if you block it, this dies with mate very soon. Unless you block this way.
I think that's the move to make.
In which case you should have just moved it there in the first place. Or at least just not here, where you're making the elephants not protect each other.
Okay, what was this preventing? What was that rook move for? What did that
This
serve?
rook move was attempting to, like, trade rooks, open up this orthogonal, and continue an attack. Right? Because your idea was to eventually bring this rook down here with mate somehow. You still can just move this cannon here as well, but moving the cannon here just ends with this rook moving up.
This knight was very inactive in that endgame.
You want this here?
Yeah.
Just
Of
on
course,
principle?
not knight.
I think calling a knight isn't completely inaccurate, but
It's a lame knight.
yeah. Hey, don't speak about that knight that way. Your mother! And this also protects the chariot for this move, potentially. And now let's look at the material distribution, I suppose. Oh, pardon me. We're doing rough estimations. I know pawns are worth more than basically all of the pieces I'm circling except the soldiers, because our soldiers promote. So now it's... Oh, you're up a full rook of material compared to before. What happened in the other lines? How'd you lose a cannon and a horse in the other line?
I didn't activate. No, I didn't lose the horse. It just wasn't active.
Huh. I guess I just did my calculation wrong. Yeah, you should be way ahead right now. You're just up a rook in this line. I'm going to mark this spot so that I can come back to it more easily later. And that way I can try to backtrack from here to try to figure out how we ended up in this position. Because we're exploring some weird-ass lines. Well, obviously sacking the rook is probably a bad idea. I mean, it's not completely obvious. If I could just have you not be protecting this, that would be amazing.
Oh shit, that cannon's hanging.
This one? Oh yeah, it is.
Okay, so maybe not the horse right now.
How long has that been a thing? Since right here. But this was also hanging. Both of these are currently hanging. Okay.
Cannon down with check?
Here?
Perhaps. Or move this with check. But no, that fails. So cannon down with check, yeah.
Okay. I don't see a move that protects both of these.
Yeah, and if you take the guard right now, it's just mate.
Yeah. Well, the cannon has it covered, but I'm also not targeting the guard right now.
Not the guard, the lion.
Oh, the guard. Yeah, the guardian lion. She. Yeah, guard was not incorrect. It just wasn't what we're used to. I'm both happy and very sad I came up with a very good Chinese name for this piece. I wish our current web app had the kanji, or not the kanji, I think it's Hanzi for it. Hanzi might be Korean.
Heck? They're both still hanging. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, when did I blunder that?
Here, technically. When you took the knight back, I forked. So I could take this?
Just because forked?
Yeah, I forked after this, because it's...
No, what? Show me the... Okay.
This fork. So it's probably further back, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Me allowing you to take that.
So your last move was rook drop.
Hold on,
In order to
what was the move before this?
Before this?
My move before this?
That check here. To be fair, this is the one that ends up hanging later. But this guy's about to be hanging soon, too.
So what if I just move this guy with check instead?
This guy was check instead? I do believe I still go here next, just to get away from that rook drop later. I think the threat here will be takes, here. because then I'll be forking these 3 potentially. And the rook drop here does stop that. But I get to takes, and then what? And then my move would be... This is the square that targets both of those. That doesn't... It's not available. I have this, but this guy's actually covered by this. He's about to be pinned to your king, though. And then this will be hanging. Oh. I do think rook drop is probably best here, though.
I could also move this.
Oh, this here? Just to protect this cannon directly? Makes sense to me. And not mentioning that this square is covered by the lion. Interesting. So I don't have either of those.
I still lose the lion in the end.
The lion also covers that. Okay. It's a lion for knight trade, which isn't the end of the world. What's the material at this point as well? Let me do
both lions, I think. Because queen still here. Queen there is, after knight takes, still just a dead lion because that's there and there. That just provides an escape square. Oh no, that lion's not quite dead. In that case, because I could move cannon over.
Both knights for both lions, and you're still technically up a rook. Right now. If we trade everything down, you're up a rook. Which should be able to mate here. Hold on. Xiangqi and rook versus medieval king. Oh, it is mate. Oh, that's hilarious. So the way it works is the Xiang's rook just goes to the same column as this king, goes to the bottom, and... Oh, no, you're able to back and forth. How do you force him out of that? Because I was thinking that you could slowly push him up until he's over here and then actually mate him. But I don't think you can do that. Yeah, how does Xiang mate this or beat this king? Do they what end games do they have that win with the king stuck in the palace? That's a game balance question.
Keep in mind, I'm not working with a rook here. I'm working with way more material than that.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking if you traded all of this down, would you be winning?
Keep in mind, I still have this rook right here.
Did I forget to count one?
Yeah. I'm up technically 2 rooks.
I think I counted that.
Did you?
Making me second guess myself. Yeah, I did.
Okay. Also, the technicality of pawns being more than these pieces does add up with all these pawns.
It does add up with these. So I think...
I'm less than a rook ahead.
So probably this?
No, the pawns being worth more than all that.
You're right. This way. So 2 knights and a pawn versus 2 guardian lions, a horse, and a cannon. Okay. Because if Xiang can't mate with just a rook, which I don't think they can, how do they ever win? Ever. Because that's their strongest piece. You're supposed to be able to win with at least your strongest piece on the board, right? Against an enemy bear king.
Oh, the sky outside is beautiful.
Oh, it is. What a lovely purple.
All right, I'm gonna abandon post real quick.
Can I get pictures?
No.
Why?
Abandon post for comedy. Even turning the ground and all those houses pink.
Ooh. Oh. I wanted to drink his Angry Orchard. Oh.
Because I want it, it's not gonna happen. I'll never die. This is the one universe where I just keep living every day through probability and never fucking die. Oh god, Google's gonna put the fucking hotline in our description just because of that.
Just because of that, you think so?
Yes. Did I tell you that Filthy Frank's or the Pink Guy's music video?
Well, yeah. It's
Got
literally
that.
called fucking Just Kill Yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on a moment. I want to open up another link and try that.
Well, now we're definitely getting the hotline.
Why? Because I said the name of Filthy Frank's video?
Yeah, you said kill yourself.
Oh.
Therefore, we're getting the suicide hotline.
You bitch. Oh, that part doesn't matter. I didn't have to bother with it. Oh well. Consistency's sake. I know this is super slow. I'm sorry. For some reason, it's not fucking doing it every time, and it's fucking making me have to pace myself. See? You didn't do it again. How hard it is to just fucking click and drag and kill shit. Jesus. I blame Gluttony's app for being unintuitive for speedily moving your hand. Anyways, let's say this bitch is back here.
I'll blame the person who, out of the kindness of his heart, made us this app.
That's fair, that's fair. So, you have this check, and the only move would be what? This? Because the idea is...
Move Titan over.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably this, and then check, and then here. And then the Titan can't go any further to finish the ladder.
And for the rook, you want to keep the... You want to keep it far from their Titan. Because it's a rook.
I have kind of an idea, but... You know, there is maybe a solution for that? No, it doesn't quite.
No, there is no solution for this.
How do you... No, I'm thinking of possible, like... This means the Xiang needs a balance change, obviously. And we kind of have it close enough here with this type of game.
We could bring back the dragon promotion.
The promotion wouldn't help. Like, King versus Rook is supposed to be a win, right?
Yeah.
And even if we bring back the rest of the King Nexus, you know, guards and elephants, it doesn't change anything with this. In fact, it makes it harder for black to mate. So, inherently, our current setup is too drawish then. Like, maybe here, you could do something like this. King moves up, this moves down, and then you just go here. But you could still always stay here forever.
Could that?
What, up here?
Yeah. Ugh, yeah, he just stays forever. Fuck.
If you give
Then
him a
he goes
check, he
up.
just runs up or down. Doesn't actually matter, because even if he goes down, and he's in the smallest box he's ever been, he can't continue. Because unlike in Xiangqi endgames, where the opponent is also locked in a box, and the facing king's rule matters and is capable of zoning things out, this doesn't have that.
We don't want the Titan to be able to leave the palace.
No. So we need a passive ability.
Though the enemy Titan can one-piece checkmate the Xiong Titan.
So there was a suggestion that Couch Tomato had a while back that I think we're going to bring back up. So the suggestion was all of Xiang's back rank are capable of giving check to the enemy king, except for the 3 Palace Realms. So all of these ranks, right, are capable of checking the enemy king. That's what it would be, and you just have to keep something between you and them, except for the center ones.
That could be very powerful.
It would be. It would be a massive
It gives you
attack buff.
so much control over the board.
Yeah, that's why we initially made the attackers, if you remember, is we were trying to have something that could do that.
Hey, what are you eating? What was right here?
I think I spilled ramen earlier. Was she licking it? Yeah,
she picked something up and did that fucking thing that dogs do when they're eating something off the floor.
I don't remember there being anything on the floor there.
Yeah.
That's why we had the attackers, if you remember. Do you remember what the attacker did?
Yeah, it moved left and right one and fucking just targeted down.
It moved left and right one, or just left and right any number, and it only attacked forward. So it was always being a zoning tool.
Yeah. We could
And the
also,
idea was it would stay in the ramparts at all times. You could even clear out and open up the rest of these to give it more reach. Like, even if... But that's still adding an extra piece to Xiang, and it would have implications. Like,
what about an extra...
We could give...
Instead of a horse, we could give them a rook. An extra rook. 2 rooks and a cannon.
It doesn't... But that doesn't change the endgame issues of just a rook should be able to mate a lone king.
Right.
Giving them an extra one just messes with the mid-game balance as well. It's not that they need a buff. They go really even with medieval most of the time, even in the line that we're exploring right now, where I'm down material.
What if
They're winning.
What if Palace puts the enemy Titan into a palace?
We've toyed with that, but we've always tried to avoid it. Because, like, I don't know if it always makes sense. Like, let's...
I mean, Frost Beast gives the opponent the ghost stones.
Okay, so this would, you know, obviously put them in a palace here, right?
Yeah, Frost Beast always gives them ghost stones. Shogun's gives them the drop rule. Why wouldn't...
Shoguns would also still work.
We don't have any battalions that are just too thick.
Suns would work. We don't have any that are too thick, but, like...
Too deep, I mean.
What about this? Great Pyramid. Yes. We lock him further into a smaller box.
What about we can make the rule currently Unbound Titans.
Oh, here's a question. What happens with League of Knights? With their literal Knight Titan that now is stuck inside of a 3x3 box, even more limited than the Xiangqi Titan. Just creating a massive nuance issue. Like, this means that our special Titans don't work. I mean, sure, none of them are in beta, but that feels like an inherently limiting design space for future armies. So I'd like to avoid it if possible.
We could make it so... What if the Xiong Titan can leave when both of the guards are dead? Or when both of the lions are dead? That solves that issue. Kind of. just make it so he can't move anymore.
No, because medieval means that's a stalemate.
No, but he's covered because if medieval were to take him, it would be check.
Yeah,
oh
but
yeah, shit. That
it's
is stalemate for medieval.
So what would happen here?
You would have to try to get him on this side.
So is this just a safe alcove? I don't think so. Yeah, because I think what happens is...
Yeah, he just moves back and forth. Oh yeah, it is safe.
Probably out 2, I think. I know. It ends up...
Oh yeah, no, that ends in a stalemate. So you'd want to move him over one more.
You could just do this. Check.
Yeah, no. Oh yeah, either one. Check. No, not check. Fuck, he's in a box. Tighten down.
Tighten down? I don't want to let the opponent give check back.
Yeah, no, you can. Hold on. If you
That's
let
me.
the... I was also saying, like, if you go down here,
Okay.
your opponent gives check back,
Yeah.
you just let him chase you all the way over here and he can't get to the alcove in time.
He doesn't need to... That's unnecessary because this just works, right? So if you go back...
No, not back, this way. You back off.
Okay, so where's the king go here? Does it go down? Does it go here? Does it go here?
Oh, it doesn't matter. That king's about to be mated.
Yeah, so he goes here. This goes here.
I was just
And
trying
now
to tell
he's
you
stuck
what
in
my
a box
idea
and he
was.
dies. So I think technically he wanted to be here to try to keep himself away from the edge and just getting instimated. But even then, like, check up to here.
I think you'd want to move. No. The best
then
move
you
would be
end-
tighten over.
Yeah. That just protects it directly.
And then
And that's mate.
either one, yeah.
Either one's mate, yeah. Interesting, and then it would work if we just let the Titan actually leave the palace once the Guardian Lions are dead. That would fix our draw issue.
It would also fix the issue of... Oh!
The rook not mating.
Yeah. It would also...
Okay.
It would also give this Titan a bit more freedom in endgames.
Alright, so here's an idea for you. If we do this...
Great Pyramid works because the Titan isn't trapped in a 3x3, it's trapped in a 5x5.
So let's say that
If you get
on
chased on a
purpose,
5x5, you're
Medieval
getting fucked
knows
anyway.
that that's a losing endgame, right? Let's just move this here. And it left a fucking Guardian Lion alive. Like, here.
Yeah.
This guy can't leave. Can Black win with just the Guardian Lion? Because is there a way to ever force Black to take this? I don't think so. Oh, no? No. I don't think so.
No, because you can get the rook into their territory, but they can just dodge around them and not ever leave their territory. No matter what.
So we would also need to give Xiang the ability to just get rid of their own Guardian Lions as a turn.
Kinda, and we can think of it lore-wise as their familiars. Because Guardian Lions are kind of spirits anyway.
How does this affect complexity for Xiang? Hold on. Let me open Xiang's thing.
One thing is just adding to the palace, so that's not an increase in complexity too much.
Yeah, and I think we've removed things that mess with that before.
But the ability to take the Guardian Lions off of the board does add a bit of complexity.
It does. Not any more than we've had with the ramparts.
I think both together might end up in like one complexity point or whatever the fuck.
No, both are special rules, so they both add like. By our skewed ass scale, they would technically add 2 points. But.
I mean, Shong isn't that difficult a battalion.
Yeah, what's this current difficulty? 2?
That's a barely 2.
Yeah, difficulty 2. With. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. It's already 3.5 points. 4 for the extra shit for horses and elephants. 4.5 for the cannon being a weird capture.
You fought it.
I did. So I said 5 or 4.5 just now.
I want a line match. You said 4.5?
Okay. So this would be 5.5 with that rule. Loading rules 6.5. Promotion 7.5. Second promotion 8.5. Rampart rules 9.5. Yeah, it could totally handle 2 extra rules.
The drink lubricates it. It's lube.
Anyways. So, in order to fix that...
I promise I'm straight.
So if we make it to where you can self-capture the lions...
I am straighter than a circle.
So this is technically just a straight buff, but you can self-capture the lions, and if you do, the Titan is allowed to leave the palace.
I'm straighter than a lion.
How does this affect our game from yesterday? Let me go grab that real quick. Not from yesterday. The balance test 1. I want to look at that end game and see how it affects it. That would be here. No, here.
90 points, gold medal winner. I have no idea what that means. I don't, I guess it means that it tastes good, but I don't know what the points are. Those have to be very subjective.
Probably. It was probably some sort of weird competition.
Taste competition is very, very subjective.
Let's open up another link.
Oh my god.
Shh, it'll be okay.
If they don't delete themselves, it's just gonna be overloaded.
Alright, let's go to our drawn end game. It's probably pretty to watch. Okay, so technically this guy can leave the palace right now. Does that mean that you can mate somehow as black? Because this is technically a rook's worth of material. It's probably hard as fuck, but I think you might be able to. Because now... Huh.
If you move here, he can go here with check, but you can move back, and all he can do is move back. Oh wait, no, he'll just kill the fucking horse.
But yeah, if you go here, the horse dies.
Ugh. He's in a box, but he just puts you into check. No, he doesn't. He can't.
His only legal move is here, and now you can do this check.
He can
go this check. Yeah, he can move back. Ah, fuck, you're forced to move up. Alright.
And then
he's forced here. Okay, so that would repeat. What if you tried...
Immediate check.
It does come to an immediate check.
But, you move over.
This ends poorly. Oh, idea.
Wait, cannon hasn't done anything yet. You can move cannon up.
Yeah, what if here you went here? Now, this is a thing, so the king can try to escape, and I'm assuming he would, unless he thinks he can win by coming up here.
If the king gets too far away,
you have this
the
check.
rook and horse essentially act as a rook, but slower. Just much, much slower. God, no, that's check.
Ew, yeah. So you go here, and it's blocked from going back, and he always protects this square, and this is always good. So you guess you just, what, go here?
Yeah. If medieval Titan moves too far away from the board, it's actually beneficial to Xiang because the cannon and horse act as a very, very slow rook.
Okay, let's look at how this goes if the king starts over here, and you have time, right? Because there everything just led to the king. So Titan here. King moves forward.
Sucks that that's an anti-pep square though. Cannon there.
Cannon here. Fair. So even if you go up, this is now check.
Horsey.
That
He
you
can't
can't
do
go
that.
there. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. So this is the best you can do?
And then Titan over.
He can't go there. He can't go there.
He can, yeah.
Maybe he could try to hide in the corner again?
But the horse actually stops him from being able to just hide. Because it's a horse.
So you pin him in here.
Horse there, cannon there.
Okay. So it is a theoretical draw if the king is close enough in horse and cannon versus thing. On the other line that we looked at, right? The one where it was like up here, and everything that Xiang tried to do was bullshit, so they should have just moved this forever and not worried about it. I mean, we might find a way later that they can. Oh no, it should be here. And then what? Let's see if king here, you could just do this and be alright. Hold on. Yeah, that's a whole idea. Where does white go? I'm gonna try to mate you. Without dying.
I'm white?
Yeah, try to run.
Run?
Well, or try to chase me. Either one. Up to you. Because I do think if I chase you enough, I will win. It's just a question of how. Now I have you locked away from my king with the cannon. And now here is just a question of getting the horse cannon set up going over here, right? So that would be, what, in 2 turns here and then here? But then you end up here in that amount of time? Because you're close enough?
Yeah.
What if I went here?
That's much better, because that actually makes me have to move in this direction.
Yeah, because now your only option is to go this way.
Yeah, I'm going to move up towards you.
And then I go here, lock you out with check. But then you
I'm
can
gonna
go
move
back.
here.
Yeah, hold on.
Triangles! Oh wait, that's not a triangle.
Not delete. So you can go here.
Yeah.
You even can go here soon.
So you have to move your horse.
So I didn't want to move it there, even though I need. It's in a pep square, an anti-pep square.
Yeah.
People don't know what that means. It's a square that a knight cannot reach in 2 moves.
A pep's a knight that moves twice in a turn. So when we say anti-a-pep, we mean a pep can't move there in a turn.
If I do this and you do this, I'm just screwed, right?
Yeah. It's a term coined due to the pep's complexity in a game. Surprisingly, it's a very complex piece. Just for being a knight that moves twice. Because knights are, surprise,
I don't
surprise,
feel like you can
complex.
capitalize on the fact that you just made the king move easily. I mean, what's the best you can do? What if I move the king forward?
I just move right here. Oh, that's check, and that forces me to move.
It does, but I was actually looking at this move first. Because I'm thinking that instead of trying to move sideways, I could maybe move slowly this way up the board.
Yeah, but this also forces me to move that way.
Either here or here.
Yeah. And I want to try to stay close, so I'm not going to move there. We've proven that this alcove is just death. So I'm going to want to move here. And it's just a slow cycle of death.
Yeah, but now I just want to move back anyway. Because I need to somehow cut this line off, right?
I believe you could have done that with the Titan.
No, because if I move the Titan forward, you're able to get close enough to fuck with me on this side.
Yeah, but then back, and then what do? I can't just advance
Oh,
forward.
you're in a box? Oh, no, you can go here.
No, I can't. Oh, yeah, I can.
It does work eventually. Like, there, check, there, check. Or, not check, but now you're in a box again. You're inside my palace.
I'm actually trapped inside the fucking palace. Jesus Christ.
You have to go here, here, or here. At that point, if you tried that.
Yeah.
It looks winnable for black, just difficult. Oh, because I already have this covered. So now...
I'll move cannon over here to capitalize.
What, down here?
Yeah. Somewhere down there so that you can target this line.
Well, isn't the goal to get 2 ranks of coverage? So the goal is to have a cannon here, a horse here, and a king here. Or reverse the columns on those. Is that labor?
Yeah.
Mow, mow, mow.
Or you can choose... Yeah, if you get the cannon here, you can choose to move the box however you see fit while they're stuck doing that after you move your time.
I mean, you're threatening stalemate, kinda.
Though they could also move out there. Or not there.
They could, but...
To try to get
king
a
here.
bigger box.
But then...
Oh yeah, bigger boxes suck for this.
This is threatening stalemate. So what, you have to release them? If you back up, this check comes.
Yeah,
But
but
then they
back up
to here.
and they're stuck in this 2x... Or, yes. Oh, they're stuck in this box. Yeah, they can move there. But, I mean...
I have an idea. Because they can't stay on either of these because of this intermixing. So even if they go, say, here a turn.
Just cannon there.
Up step 1, back. Oh, they can always get... Hold on. How do you... Okay, so if you try to capitalize when they're on this side, you just end up chasing them. You're able to chase them around the board. I just don't know what the technique is to mate with this.
Technique!
But the point is that maybe there is one. That's what the point is.
If you move this here? No, because they can do that. Yeah.
This is also still a pretty big buff, so they would end up too strong after this change. Because the end game that we thought was a draw in this game, this one, is probably a win. Because we were, what, here with it as a draw.
I think this one was winning for white.
No, because... you can never approach.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's a draw. But you have more than enough material from in medieval to make up for this.
This was at the end of the pawn centralization game, remember?
Oh, the one where I move my pawn in the middle?
recognize stuff?
Yeah. You mean the one where I made the totally rational move of moving the fucking H pawn?
On move 1? Yeah, that one.
All the way over, one at a time, to the center.
Yeah, where he went on a beautiful little journey.
Where he finally went up and sacrificed himself for his country.
I still lived for a bit, just chilling there. Before he was finally actually taken. Yeah, that one. And then here we were looking at
I wonder if playing chess with me is fun. Or not chess, Titans Battalion. Chess is too restrictive for me. I mean, I like chess, but it's very restrictive. You can't double your pawns up or you just end up in a losing game.
Yes, Missy?
In this game, I can make a pawn move up too and then slowly move them sideways, one at a time, until I move them up, push them in the center.
Missy. Missy.
And there were lines. He only showed you like main line. There were lines that I made that pawn do work.
Hi, Missy. Hello.
There were pawns and I made him and other pawns, or there were lines and I made him and other pawns do work.
I wonder how you mate with these if the king's allowed to leave the palace.
Not the main line, this line.
Because the hard part is the fact that the king can always approach you on that diagonal, right?
Yeah. Hey, Missy. Missy, Missy, Miss. Missy, Miss. Missy, Miss. Missy, Miss.
But keep... Oh, that...
Missy, Miss.
This buff would also really fuck with the mirror. If the king can leave the palace.
We could also make an exception for the mirror. Well, my idea was any unbound Titan. Any
Also-
Titan that does not have like a pyramid or a palace that binds it.
If we go back to here, right? There were ideas on binding the enemy titan. How
Also-
does that look in this endgame?
Imagine not being
It's
able to
probably
leave this.
really simple, right?
Also, imagine not being able to leave this box against stone speakers.
Or just
As their stone slab just engulfs your palace. There's
you would move onto the slab. and
you would
be a
have
safe.
to. You would have to.
You would have to.
And your Titan wouldn't exactly be safe because then the enemy Titan can just hi, I'm here.
Well, the enemy titan is a rook to 2 stuck in the slab.
Yeah.
So
He can target the Xiang
King
Titan from
mover-
across the slab.
But the strong titan in the center mates. As long as it's protected. Oh no, it doesn't even have to be. You're in the corner, it's mate. You're on the side. This is check. You're forced to move. Here, this is mate. The king actually beats you on the slab unless you have friends. We went over this.
Oh right.
Yeah.
The fucking Xiang Titan. Wait. Beat you on the slab?
Not the Zhang Titan, but a normal king.
Oh yeah.
The Shang Titan specifically is just weaker than you. Well, no, because it would be mutual check with the Shang Titan because of the flying king rule, just having a laser beam. Doom. The kings just can't check each other.
That's right.
Well, they can't check each other on the slab. When they're off, the Shang Titan can check you.
When they're on the slab though, the Xiang Titan just they block each other out.
This isn't even check because we have this like this. My other idea, right, was to actually have 2 pieces on the side which have the same check rule as the flying king, and they only sidestep as a rook, right? So these pieces would be able to zone stuff out in coordination with the rook and create like 3 columns. But it's still like pockets like this end up creating draws sometimes. But if it starts here, how do you ever get over there, right?
Yeah.
So if we add just those 2 pieces to fix this endgame. No, I'm not answering your phone call, Karthik.
But you start with a soldier over there. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Never
Well,
mind.
if
Pushing
you-
the soldier forward one just solves that issue.
Yeah. So you have these. The
Oh,
ramparts
but
are
what
now
if the
wider.
opponent has a single pawn right there?
Well, then it's a different endgame. We're specifically just trying to make rook and X work. And this piece is a piece that cannot interact with anything except the enemy king, so now it's a thing. So now you would do this check, and they're forced here, and then they do this, and it's mate. Right?
Yeah.
So now it just works.
That's not mate.
And if we specifically make this...
The lion's still alive and in the way.
Fine. Check. Oh no, it's such a problem. Whatever will I do? Oh no. How will I ever
Turn
win?
limit.
Checkmate.
Turn limit got hit.
Sure. But the point is these pieces help. And also, like, even if we don't let them ever be in the same column as the palace, which I was thinking about, check, here, mate. So they're able to slowly push the king into the center, no matter who the enemy king is, and then create the situations where this guy's able to do this guy's stuff. And it never affects the mirror because it cannot be on columns with palaces, and it lets this work.
Okay.
What do you think?
I mean, it can be on the same column as a palace if they're off by one.
No, because
If the palace is like this.
Well, if we phrase it as same column as any palace, then if it's off by one, then there's 4 columns that these can't go to. It would just be stuck here to here, and it doesn't affect the mirror.
If it's any palaces, then yeah, that works. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can checkmate with just the Titan and Rook at that point.
There is a problem with this. It also means that we would be able to line up cannons and rooks down these files if we just make them normal ramparts.
No, they'd have to be like special ramparts.
So, okay, so we have a separate special zone just for these.
We could fix it by making this 3D.
I know.
The ramparts are too high, and these are 3 high, and these are the only pieces that can survive a 3 high drop. And they don't really care about height when they move. They teleport anywhere in a rook line.
So now we have... Let me move this away so I can give
Yeah, that works. Colors. They teleport anywhere in a rook line.
But so you could even be able to do something like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that does make sense. But...
And they can't really take, and they can't really leave the ramparts. So they just take... They teleport sideways, rook-wise? Just not orthogonally, just horizontally, yeah.
What if we make them unable to move, and there's just 4 of them? Here, 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 and here. How different is that? You can go here. Check. Here. Check. Here. Check. Here. Having issues. We'll kill this just to make it simpler to think about. We're basically making the back rank checks rules, which still does cause problems for like League of Death and Martian, anything where the Titan starts in the corner. Interesting. And it also helps like assist rook attacks down this column, because now the king can't protect that pawn if it castles. It would be this pawn for the chess purists that don't realize we fucked with the castling rules. But,
Chess purists.
You don't like thinking about those, do you?
I don't like the phrasing. I hate anything with ism in it. I hate the ism ending 2 words. I despise it. Ism and ist. Move it down.
for a
you
check.
need it along this column. So I guess here.
Wait, no. If you move it, no, I was talking like if this guy's all the way down here, and the enemy titan's right here.
Just show me what you mean before I explore the line I was thinking of.
So if you do this, wait, what the fuck? Where? How'd you? Okay, analysis. Right. I think it was this. No, this. Yeah.
It's white. No, it is black to move. You're right.
What, they're trapped in this box?
Can't go that way
Oh, right.
because we're testing
So they're
these
trapped
weird,
like that.
weird lances. Attackers part due. But now keep in mind that this Titan can't leave. So what? You bring the rook all the way up to here?
They'd probably just like just stay out of the palace's way.
No, hold on. Oh, what? Right. Fuck.
If you do this, they move here with check,
Yeah.
and that just leads to mate.
Hold on. Oh, I have an idea. Rook here. King up. Rook.
If the rook leaves us, that's just checkmate. Eventually. Well, not checkmate eventually. Like, this is a check that comes, but then that.
Yeah, give me the mouse back a sec. I'm trying to explore something mentally.
It's not mental if you're putting it into the.
Well, I can't fully read it out yet, but I keep having ideas and I can't see what happens from them because you have the mouse.
That's
So-
how I've been doing this whole time.
I know. Just give me a sec.
It's getting me really good at reading lines just in my head.
I know. Just give me a sec. So, what I'm trying to do is take a moment where this guy has this line covered for him to come up and over, but without the king chasing. But he just seems like he's too close. I mean, sure, we have this, and then he's up, but he
No.
also could just go here. Yeah.
Likely, it would just be.
So so since you can't stop all of, fuck it, all the way back. You go here. He goes up. You go up. He goes here. This is check.
I think we have to make them able to move in order for it, because this is just draw scenario.
Yeah, something like that. So we want the ones able to move.
I still think 2 able to teleport or horizontally.
Do we even need to? Can it be done with 1?
It can, kind of. Yeah. Actually, yeah. A rook or 2 rooks is always enough to mate a king.
So this would be check. King here.
No way. Yeah. That might fix it, yeah.
Just one of these guys, but it teleports between these squares and only targets the enemy king. No, it needs to be able to access these as well.
So these are 2 high, these are 4 high.
Don't worry about the 3D shit, please.
I think of it in 3D to make it make sense.
Okay.
Because we have set rules for 3D, why set up new rules for another type of square
Because
when we could just make it inaccessible using 3D? We don't
because
really
if
have
it's 3D, it changes the fact that Mayant can't go back there and Ghost Stones can't go back there, and the fact that pawns wordings are broken by that. So we do need it to be a separate thing, even though it does make sense that way. I'll
So
give
we'd
you
be
that.
adding 2 squares worth of complexity. We'd be adding 2 points of complexity just for the backs. Okay.
And then half a point for the new piece, which technically has a
Half a
special.
point?
Yeah, a piece with just movement is half a point. A piece with movement and special rules for that movement is a full point.
This has special rules for that movement.
So it would be 1. So this is 3 points of complexity. But now we're just up to what? 12 to 14? We have to hit 16 before we even hit complexity 3.
Oh,
This is why Frost Beast is still complexity 2 in its current form.
it's only complexity 2.
Yeah, and Shogun's is complexity 3.
What do you have to be at to hit complexity 4?
What do you have to be at to be complexity 4? Have a fuck ton of special rules that go above
What's
and
Twin
beyond.
Suns?
2.
What's complexity 5? Great Pyramid.
Great Pyramid is complexity 4.
4? What the fuck is 5? Do we we have one? Do we have one? How many do we have that are 5?
Demon.
Oh, Demon. It makes sense.
Children of the Moon.
Children of the Moon is...
I
Oh,
think
yeah,
Stone Speakers
because of
is
the
4.
because of the fucking flippy shit. That's right. The flippy shit and just the number of pieces it has that move.
Overgrowth
Yeah,
is, I think,
differently.
4 right now in its current form. Mermaids is 3. No, Overgrowth is 3 now. Sultans is 2.
So as you
Evolved is 5.
So-
Evolved Battalion is 5.
Wait, which... Oh,
Parasite
yeah,
is
that's
5.
based on Chess Evolved.
Yep. Ronin is 3. Alliance is 1. Cultist, I think, is 4.
Chess,
Dread Pirates is 3.
Chess Evolved Online. Do 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 do. Anyway,
Dun, 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 dun.
I was
Fourth
doing the intro
King
to
is
Sword
3.
Art Online.
I was doing the intro for CEO.
Yeah.
Basilic is 1. Martian, I think, is 3. Might be 4.
Galaxy
Paradox Depth is
Song
5.
Online. Paradox Depths is 5.
Paradox Depths is 5.
Ugh, of course it is.
Anyways, so if we give them one of these, and it teleports along the back line, and can only capture as a rook,
You also have to have differentiation between these two types of squares. So did you redo the difficulty system, or has it always been like this?
it's always been like this, relatively.
Uh,
Difficulty 1 is like 1 point higher. It's literally a point system. No, it hasn't always been like this, but it's been like this for a very long time.
you know what? It makes sense that Frost Beast is a low complexity battalion because it only has a couple of different piece types. It's only special rules or go.
And
And
Go
the
adds
dragon
like
gem.
Go adds like 4. Go adds like 4 points on its own.
Yeah,
The
go
haunted.
and dragon jump. Ugh.
And Dragon Jump isn't even that bad. It's just
diagonal cannon.
yeah, it just makes it into a 1 point piece instead of a half point piece. Interesting. I do like the fact that you basically always have this rook lift idea in order to prevent the king from going here. That just leads to mate on the next move. That is very helpful.
That cannon endgame would have
Oh, the
would
the-
have
the
gone
cannon
differently
horse
with
endgame?
this because
Yeah.
when I threatened your king here and it went up and then threatened it here and it went this way, I would have put you into check immediately with the thing.
Yep, and you would have been able to zone him out pretty much more simply. Basically, you would have been able to keep this king away from my king long enough for you to set up a cannon shot somewhere, or like a horse to zone him out and force him away.
Basically, the cannon being here and all that, and this pawn being here, he'd be forced to either move here or over here, and here is in the middle of the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm pretty sure if you moved him here, I could just move my rook over. And it would have been crazy.
You're insane! Stop. Okay, so
No.
I have an idea. Let's say you can at any time turn all of your normal reinforcements that are left back here into those. So you would be able to turn a guardian lion into the attacking piece, column-wise, in order to try to keep the material more equal.
You'd have to move it out from the palace influence because it can only legally exist. So a guardian lion cannot turn into it.
It could if it doesn't capture along that column.
But it would be in line with the palace.
It's fine if it's in line with the palace if we make it unable to capture through the palace, if that makes sense. So it being here, it would just do nothing, and then it goes here and it's able to actually capture.
That involves you changing a piece instead of just adding
a new one. Yeah. But it does also mean that we have a threshold where we don't have to make new squares. It's just when that happens, the ramparts expand.
That adds another complexity because it's a changing board.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
That adds a territory point of difficulty.
It's still the same point. It
changes from one. It changes from one shape to another on top of adding a new type of tile. So that's another entire complexity point. It's 15 out of 16 at that point. Which means that in order to make any changes to keep it at difficulty 2, we would have to take some changes away, or limit ourselves to 1 point of complexity change.
Another way
it would be 1 more point of complexity to be level 2 or level 3. Level up.
There is another way we've done this in the past, which is hilarious. We don't have to make it entirely new. Yeah, we do, because we don't want it able to capture pieces. We just want it to attack the king.
We could call it the Kingslayer and let that be that. Kingslayer, destroying castles in the sky. Kingslayer. Anyway. Hippity hop, skippity bop, doo doo hippity hop, skippity bop, doo doo With the Kingslayer there, it would add the 2 things, yeah.
This is just stalemate, so be careful of that.
Horse move?
Probably. That just is stalemate again.
I was thinking...
Well, any horse move lets the king out of the box.
Yeah.
Check? Yeah, check. Because now you can go... Check. Can't do anything about this.
They can move out of the way. They can
Oh,
move down.
because the cannons...
No, they couldn't have moved down. That's a Titan. I'm dumb.
Yeah. And then check, mate. And it just works because this guy's able to cut everything down.
Yeah.
So you only need 1. And it appears it doesn't even need to leave this area. Was that right? Okay. No, hold on. Let's go back to the King and Rook end game. What if it can't leave this area? So it's just a normal reinforcement, but it only exists in one of these 2 squares and it bounces between them.
No, that doesn't work because this Titan will always have this.
No, hold on. Okay, so Titan's here. Oh, it worked that way because we were able to lock him up here. So if he goes here, you go here, he goes here.
Not even. He just goes there.
Oh yeah, yeah. He could totally go there.
Yeah, he just goes there. That's why we would have to expand it, because then he could just move up and down right there forever. Even if this did expand, if he made it to here with one rook, it would still just be stalemate.
Are there any other solutions you can think of to try to make rook and king actually win? Before we continue this rabbit hole.
We could make it so that against Palace, the enemy Titan is stuck in their territory. This doesn't become an issue then. And
That still fucks Stone Speakers
This.
in League of Death and messes with future-proofing king advancement armies.
it also this.
Yeah. Because we do still have... I was just trying to see if it would work, because the other line, it did work, but that was because the king was already stuck up here by the palace, where he could get chased this way. But if the king's down here, it's the same issue, right? Like... maybe not the same exactly.
But the horse, it changes things because it's very much like a knight.
Mm-hmm.
It has an influence that it has an influence outside of a rook's scope. I think just move Titan over, yeah.
Oh, and then this is the only legal move.
No, it's not legal.
Oh, it's
That's
just stalemate.
stalemate.
So you have to move the Titan up, and then this is the only legal move?
Yeah.
And then they're fucked. Very shortly thereafter, yeah?
I don't know. Douche, Lara, douche.
It actually kind of seems like a draw.
It does.
Because I don't see a way to not either let the king escape back this way or...
What you want to do is you want to trap the Titan so that's forced to move back here. So something like in that scenario, I would have moved horse here. No. Back here, Titan there, horse here. Titan can't move there or there. And it can move here, but
Not here, but you know what I mean.
it can move here, but then you immediately move the horse. Like, I don't know, here or something.
What, here?
Or
For
something like
the
that.
double check? Could have gone here and make it a double check a different way.
No,
then
but
the
then that
king-
opens this up. You want him to stay
No,
trapped.
He
If the horse is here, then the Titan can move behind it.
no. This king. Cuts that.
Oh, that, yeah. So now you have... Damn it. Horse is
You
too
have
slow.
this, and then the king has to go this way.
Yeah. Or he can move down here.
Or down here, yeah, but
I think down here is preferable for the White King.
probably.
Because
What's this? Check. You go up.
probably down, actually. Because this is unfavorable for the Titan. Down here, you want to stay in this box because these two pieces can never checkmate in that box. You can, however, force them out of the box slowly, like this here, I think. What does he do? Yeah, he has all that freedom. Or actually, no. Instead of there, last turn here. Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
This is check, not mate. But it's notable.
Down here leads to a stalemate if they don't move these. So it forces them to move one of those. I mean, they were
It's
going
not
to
stalemate.
anyway.
You can go to here still.
Oh yeah, true.
Because the horse is intervening.
Shit.
I have an idea. You don't go here. Now you're able to go here and here again. But if you go here, things can turn pretty bad pretty quick. Check. Now it's about to be stalemate. Fuck. It's just stalemate still. Or a repetition. Because you could do this nonsense. Oop, stalemate.
Yeah, giving it that freedom of movement is what you have to do.
Apparently. Okay, so
So we will have to make it. We would, if those squares are just readily available at the beginning, that doesn't add a transformation difficulty point.
but if they're readily available at the beginning, it breaks the rooks and cannons that we have as reinforcements right now.
If you have them as
Is it-
separate,
Oh,
spaces.
as separate spaces?
yeah. Because I was accounting for them being separate spaces.
Give me a sec.
Though, I would argue that a changing territory would be more difficult to do in physical than just having them readily available. You'd have to have more parts, more active moving parts for the player to fiddle with, and you end up with something like that Arkham Horror game that we got so confused
Millions
because there
and
were
millions of fiddly bits.
yeah. I think we'd want something more like Monopoly with a couple of decks and a bunch of pieces you choose from. And then mechanics using a couple of other pieces. Not like, okay, you take this piece, you cover up this part of the board, or you take this thing and attach it to the back of your board. And you have to make sure that you don't lose those, otherwise this battalion is basically you have to mark a little sheet of paper and put it in the corner. And that's just
Which
a big
is
hassle.
something that we're just avoiding for the most part. Like, the worst we have is Frost Beast with a bunch of ghost stones, but those are still just pieces.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
they-
think making it just readily available at the beginning as a separate type of square is preferable.
I'm still thinking of alternatives. We could just have these ranks be checked for the king, but it again just breaks stuff. Like, even another thing that we need to consider.
That does also break stone speakers, yeah.
Another thing we need to consider is if we're looking at the starting position, and we make these special squares, right? Now we can put that bitch here, for example, set up a rook, make a kingside attack. And now we're adding another attacking piece along this column. If the
But-
king castles this way. And then if he castles this way, we're adding another attacking piece along
Yeah,
one of these columns.
Just pawn forward just fixes that.
In the short term, I'm saying for like attacks later, there will be tactics where it will matter in the mid game no matter what. This is still
Yeah.
just a buff.
It will affect the mid game, yes. But in the beginning of the game it doesn't really affect much. And it doesn't really affect anything in the beginning of the game. And in end games it's
Depends on
what
placement.
determines the end game depending on who's ahead.
I think on some placements it'll definitely matter. Like if I do this, the king's already on a file where it'll affect things.
Yeah, but there are other things to worry about if you place like that.
No, actually, there's much less than normal.
You'd think that.
This is one of my preferred placing options when I get to do it as black, because I don't have either of my rooks under attack from the start. And this move immediately attacks this pawn.
That is an issue for Sean.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? If you place like that, that placement and your immediate attack on that pawn kind of cancels out there with the bullshit.
Oh, that's true. But
I mean,
usually you deal with that.
I mean, you make up for better positioning with kind of worse positioning. It kind of cancels out.
Yeah,
I think that'll just universally happen with other battalions.
It's also
just in the Xiang matchup.
If you do that, usually black is the one that has that option to, what King was here, push this for the bishop to attack here. So white can just do this first and then do this immediately and just be okay. Because at that point it's...
yeah, but then that's kind of forced at the beginning.
Yeah, it is. But
or that, and then reinforcements rook.
And then that also leads.
Oh no, that pawn's fine. Reinforcements cannon.
That also leads into the idea of, oh no, if you place wrong, it leads into problems. But it's like a pawn down, so it's kind of just an opening gambit if you place that way. I need to brainstorm this. I don't know if I like the current solution we've come up with. I'll try to think of another one, or another set of ones. But I know we've looked at this before, and we just kind of decided it was okay. But a rook should be able to make it.
If there's only one of that piece, it's much less of an issue than if the entire side checks.
Yeah, I know.
Because you can just block it. And if you place all the way on the side, I mean, you're not fucked positionally, but you're also not fucking the opponent. It's a different opening. And it interacts differently.
Let me see if I can find any of the other options that have been discussed previously.
And it doesn't really affect the Xiang mirror because of the Titan.
Yeah.
No, not because of that, because of the palace thing.
Reinforcements no longer include a second Titan. Draconic Flight now captures... I forgot about this. We tried to address this by making Draconic Flight able to capture as a chess queen. Let's look at this again. Did I actually fix this already?
Oh, then you did.
Because that means king can never get close. Hold on. Let's put king here. This captures as a chess queen. Fuck. Okay. That probably fucks with a bunch of things. But it only captures the enemy Titan. So you could just go here and just be fine.
They're in a box. They could have just moved up in that situation, too.
Yes, but my idea is that he's trying not to get cut off down here. But this comes, and then here. But now if the horse moves, it doesn't do the same things.
They're also going to try to...
You think over here? No, that's... I'd rather even go here.
I'm just,
Anyways, it's
I'm just
white,
throwing out
it's
that that's an
backward.
escape.
Maybe. Check. can't go here for a couple of reasons.
They can go below the horse,
They can.
which they probably want to because there's more space that way.
Check.
That horse is covered.
At the moment.
So you can move that cannon up and attempt to make another box.
Can't go here. Here, here, here. So your only options right now are this square, or this square. Probably this way? No, you want the down diagonal. I'm dumb. I keep wanting to delete lines instead of just backtracking. Anyways, cannon here. Now you can go here, I guess. And now you're in a box again, but on this side.
Why would you want the down diagonal?
Because if you do the down sideways here, right? And go to this spot.
They just move up and to the right.
Yeah, I suppose.
And then their box is bigger. What you'll want to do is try to
Hold
shut
on.
the box again.
I'm thinking. Is there a way to somehow target both of these squares at once with the horse? Not right now, but you would want to be in this. No, not that. You would want to be in this square. That's the worst square.
Yeah.
But and then targeting this is also difficult. So I guess you just sort of bite the bullet and live with it for now. Can you just go back?
Moving there requires 2 pep moves. Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, I just want to get to at least here to target this square. King up. Now it's harder. I want you to play white,
See,
just so I stop trying to read your stuff as much.
these are all covered. So there are 2 possible moves for white. This
Feels better, basically.
one allows an out up here. Which, this box versus, what was it?
Mm-hmm.
It's that box versus this box. So they want the bigger box, even with.
Yeah. May I make my move? It's just the king over.
Yeah.
I just want to tighten the box.
Double tight. Ooh, 2 layers of tape.
Sus.
Suck. Suck. Anyway. That's an anti-pep square.
I noticed.
It can be funny. It can be silly. I can be goofy. Yeah.
Okay. Everything's fine. I did not just get yucked. No, you totally did.
Help, Mickey. Help. That's not goofy. Help.
Damn it. Here, I guess.
I stay on the opposite color of you. Well, not on the opposite color, but...
How do I keep accidentally doing that? Check. Alright, let me look at this change list.
What did the first change in that list say?
Loading will still let you capture within your territory. Soldier promotion cannot be taken away. Reinforcements no longer include a second Titan. Draconic Flight now captures as a chess queen. We could even make it a fucking Amazon, and I don't think it would help. You would just hang out down here instead, and this box can't be...
It would just make Golden Horde really sad.
Yeah, and this box would... Well, no, because it only... Oh, yeah. Well, Golden Horde's already kind of sad, but it...
No, they have...
You're thinking League of Knights.
No, I'm thinking Golden Horde because, can't mate.
Oh, well, Golden Horde already does kind of have camp mate issues against this, but keep in mind they also can't be camp mated back, so...
Yeah. They have two...
yeah, I don't think these two pieces, the horse and cannon, can lock out all 8 of these squares from the king.
They cannot.
Yeah. So even Amazon wouldn't.
If they chase the king down here, right? The horse blocks off this square. The cannon can block off this square through the horse. You would have to find a way to get him down here via chasing him using the horse and cannon from above, which just takes too long. Their double tempo, or his 2 turns of movement for their 1 combined.
And let's look again at the rook endgame.
Lines up poorly there.
So now you can't go here, so this would just be stalemate. Let's move this over 1. So white to play goes here. Now if you... Huh. Hold it. Okay, I'm just going to play this out really quick.
Not to mention how unrealistic it would be with just a rook and a titan to chase it all the way into this. Because then you're just chasing it with a rook pretty much. It can just move back to where it came from. And then it just moves out. That's impossible.
Well, I was trying to get him out of here. I want him on this side.
That's also impossible. Because there will always be a line that the Titan cannot cross.
Oh, so now the king is stuck in this box. Even to here. Yeah, the king can just chill in this box and never have to leave. Well, if he stays on this column... Check.
if we make it instead of putting the Titan in a check, the thing
Check.
paralyzes him.
That doesn't change anything. You just still avoid it. Oh, you mean how? And now, right now, it can no.
Like it stares him down and he can't move. As long as he's within its gaze.
So it means that fucks up openings. Even just look at our last like tactical opening game.
But he can't do it through Palace.
What?
But he can't do it through the Palace.
So you're saying he does it on the edge of the palace only? So he has to move forward like 2 squares to do it? Is that what you're implying?
Okay, what piece do you think I'm talking about?
I think you're talking about the king, instead of being able to attack the enemy king along rook lines or queen lines, freezes the
No.
king when sight happens, Medusa style.
I mean, yeah, that could work. But I'm thinking more... I was thinking of that piece from earlier, instead of just putting the Titan in the check.
Oh, it froze it?
Yeah.
Yeah, same idea. Well, at least functionally they would be very similar. Let me... I think I'm just going to have to think on this.
You would want to avoid risking exposure of your Titan. That does make Golden Horde also sad.
I think we're going to stop this here for now, but at least we found an issue with Xiangqi's current form.
Penis!